Everybody is on here. Yes, everything is moving and grooving. Grand shining, everybody. Happy new moon. Happy Black History. Happy new month. The list can go on and on and on. And happy portal day. Like what? It's a day of alignment. If I'm calculating right, yeah, it's a day of alignment. Today we get 10. The numbers add up to 10. February is a number 2. Today's date is a number 2. That's 4. And then we got 2022. That brings us to 10. So in alignment, I hope you all did something to be in alignment with this portal. I hope you all manifested, created, journaled, meditated, prayed, did something. I hope you did something to bring in this day, bring in this energy, be in this energy, welcome this energy, and so much more. Today, we are talking about trusting in yourself. And before we start, I want to clear up some energy. Y'all know my thing. I always ring my little golden bell. Just to shake it up, move it out, let it go. People don't believe that sound has a vibration, but if it didn't, you understand the words that I'm saying to you in the context that I'm saying to you, they wouldn't resonate the way they resonate. So, too often in life, we trust other people, other things, other entities before we even believe or begin to trust in ourselves. And although that is not a bad thing, it's also a bad thing. It's not a good thing to trust other people before you trust yourself. It's not a good thing to trust in places or anything or anyone before you trust in yourself, because self recognizes self, self knows self, self is self. Like, you know you better than anybody can know you, unless you continuously or profusely lie to yourself and believe the lies that you tell yourself. And there's only so much of that you can do without like facing that shit, in all honesty. The reason I feel like, from the experiences that I've seen and the people that I've talked to, the people that I've coached, being a mother, being a sister, being a wife, being a girlfriend, being a fiance, being in this world, living in this world amongst other people, I feel like the reason why we trust other people before we even begin to think about trusting ourselves is because we want approval, we want acknowledgement, we want credibility, we want good reputation. We want so much on the outside that we forget, overlook, ignore, abandon, abort mission of self. And when we have that validation, we have that external thing, the external things, people and places that we're looking for on the outside, it makes us think and it makes us feel as though, hey, I trusted myself. I believed in myself. I did what I was supposed to do. I did what I needed to do. I did it. When in reality, all you did was satisfy somebody else. Now you may be happy with some of the outcomes and things that you chose or chosen, and I could be using it in the wrong context, so forgive me, that you've chosen to do and that you feel makes you happy, it makes you feel good. But in hindsight, how many times have you done something, trusting another person, trusting another thing, trusting another place, trusting another entity, energy, trusting everything and everyone except yourself, and then feel like it's good. And then you turn around and then you be like, damn, well, I should have. And but you know what? I mean, yeah, it's so many questions that come behind that. There's so much. There's so many energies, so many thoughts, so many emotions, and it's really only 5 emotions. There's so many feelings that comes behind trusting other people, places, things, and entities, energies, vibes, vibrations, however you want to label it. There's so much that comes behind it. And y'all gonna be mad at me, but I'm saying and it's okay because I'm trusting my gut right now. My gut says that some of y'all be like, well, I trust God. Honey, let me tell you something. Woo, child. Yeah, you should trust God, but God is within you. And sometimes you fight the God within you because you are an image of God. And the God that you trust is the God outside of you. So I don't know that you truly trust God. I feel as though you're trusting what you think is God, what you've been taught to believe is God. And I know we all have a different connection with God. I know we all have our own paths and purposes and, destiny, relationships. I know we have all of those, our own personal things with God. But from what I've learned, what I've experienced is God is within. God is not on the outside of us. God is not above us, beneath us, around us, next to us, across from us, behind us. God is within. So I want to tell you and share with you something that I wrote this morning as I was getting my day started. And this is why I brought up God in this, because people say, and I'm one of them myself, that says, well, Spirit said, God said. And I wrote down, it takes bravery to trust your own voice. I'm going to read that again. It takes bravery to trust your own voice. So that voice that you hear, that spirit that is speaking to you, that God that is guiding you and directing you is your own voice. It is the power that the higher vibration, the higher beings, the higher entities, the higher powers that be gave you to connect. So I challenge you to ask yourself exactly what is it that keeps you from listening to your body when your body says, no, I don't like this place? What is it that keeps you from listening to your mind when your mind runs a million different races, but it's only winning one race? What is it that makes your heart skip a beat when you think that that's the person you're supposed to be loving? When you think your feelings are on track with who you're supposed to be loving? What is it, and it's going to be explicit, that makes you not trust your penis and your vagina? And for my rough, tough Afro puss, your pussy and your dick when it says, no, I don't want to. That's not of me. That's not for me. That's not of us. That's not for us. Because we don't like this. And you say, girl, bye. Nigga, bye. Boy, bye. Man, why don't you listen to yourself? And then when you don't listen to yourself, you move in accordance with what you think is the right thing to do, and you get yourself into trouble. And then you say, well, he did and she did. And you blame everybody but you. When all you had to do is stop. And I'm going to use these railroad track things. Is stop, look, and listen to the God within you. Stop looking to trust other people to please yourself. You have to trust you in order to trust someone else. You have to trust your voice that's speaking to you and guiding you and leading you before you can listen to the words and guidance of somebody else. You have to follow your own spirit, your own ability of discernment before you can even think about following somebody else. You have to be one with you. And today is one of the most powerful days to become one with you in order to walk forward, to move forward, to be one within and one without, to connect, to attract, to build, to grow. I mean, you could grow, but are you really going to be growing in the ways that you want to grow? Or are you just going to be out here just growing all willy-nilly, all over the place? Bad flowers here, a bad root there, a bad vine there. Don't know what kind of weed that is over here, but we just going to let it grow because it's growing, right? So take a moment and ask yourself, do I trust me? Can I trust me? Why don't I trust me? Why do I trust others before I trust me? And I'm going to touch on something else, and then I'm going to get off of here because I'm enjoying my day and this energy, and I want you all to continue to do the same thing. One of the ways you can tell that you don't trust yourself, because I know a lot of us are going to say, well, I trust me. I believe in me. I'm sure you do. But to some degree, you created something. You did something. You made a choice about something. And before you followed through, I just saw 3, 4, 5, and I saw 3, 3 earlier too. Before you followed through with the decision that you made, you went to somebody else and you said, hey, tell me what you think of this. And their opinion, their perception and perspective, because those are two different things, came out way different than what you thought, what you felt, what made you smile and proud and happy of yourself in the first place to even go and take it to somebody else to say, hey, tell me what you think. And then you changed everything that you created because somebody else said, well, I think. Think about those things. And then open yourself up to trust you. And some of the things you can do to open and have that trust within you is to write down the ways that you trust other people, trust other things, trust other entities, other places, trust all of those ways that you trust. Write that down when it's being projected. And then you might need 2 pieces of paper for this, or fold your paper in half. On the other side, I want you to write down ways that you've learned to trust yourself, ways that you know you actually do trust yourself. And then I want you to write out, do you trust yourself the way that you've trusted other people? With your life, with your heart, with your words, with your dreams, with your body, with your goals and your desires. Hell, have you even trusted people to feed you properly and accordingly? Do you receive the same trust that you give to others from yourself? And lastly, I'm going to say, start with trust. we're in a time of life, the energy in life says, I'm disgusted or they're disgusted and I can't trust and I can't be trusted. And that gets us nowhere. And the reason why it gets us nowhere is because sometimes at some place, some point in life, throughout your day, multiple times throughout your day, you have to trust something, someone, some way, somehow. And an old blind lady taught me that. She didn't know what I was writing down on her paperwork because I work in the medical field. I have a degree in the medical field. And she had to be trusting enough to come to a stranger and allow a stranger to write down everything that she was saying because she couldn't see. And we talked about trust that day. And I told her, I said, I'm not too quick to trust people. She said, baby, you need to start with trusting yourself and then trusting other people first. Start trusting yourself first and then trust other people. Start the relationship with trust. And I looked at her and I kind of turned my head the way I'm, leaning my head to the side now. And I said, I didn't know she was blind at first. And she said, I don't know you, but I started our relationship with trust and I told you everything about me. You could be writing my information down and taking it to steal from me. But I have to trust that you're writing it on medical papers and giving it to the doctor. Child, she floored me. My heart hit my stomach. And it felt like it literally fell out my ass. I started crying, and she's right. You have to start with trust. Start trust within yourself, and then start that trust on the outside with other people. Because no matter what you do, people are going to show you who they really are. You're going to show yourself who you really are. And that's who and what you trust. That's who and what you believe. People can talk a good talk, but is their walk, is their gangster walk as good as their gangster talk? And if it's not, then trust what they show you. Don't trust everything that you see. Don't trust everything that you hear. Trust what you see. Trust what is resonating within you. But most importantly, trust within yourself first. I love you all. It's been a pleasure. I'm getting ready to finish working on this book that I'm about to release. My goal was to drop it. Well, not drop it. My goal was to at least send it off for editing at 2:22 today, but I didn't trust myself to get it done in that time. I started taking breaks and moving around in different ways and doing different things. So now the challenge is still presented for me to still get it done because I have the opportunity to finish and submit for editing today. So I'm going to do that. I will be back here to speak with you all, to share with you all, to connect and groove and vibe with you all next week. I don't know what the topic of discussion is going to be. I literally allow it to come to me. Please feel free to check me out on Facebook, on Instagram, on Snapchat, on Twitter, on TikTok. I'm on YouTube. I'm everywhere. I'm on Wisdom right now. And feel free to purchase my postpartum journal. It is on Amazon. I'm also co-host on fluentradio.com. Y'all check us out there as well. Syndicated and currently in the process of being syndicated in many different states, like 20-something states. I can't even remember all of them, so I'm not even going to try to. Yeah. And if you're in the Midwest where the snow is at, please, y'all, please stay at home. It's not that serious. They're going to let them clean it up. They got them shovels. We don't. Stay at home, relax, and enjoy yourself. Go within. And the rest of the world, y'all please stay safe. Keep smiling and have a lovely, lovely, wonderful Wisdom of the Week Wednesday.